It's another bright morning, but cold, and I think even the sheep are wondering where the spring has gone. Turns his dirty backside towards us. I don't know if I found this yesterday morning on the walk, but down the bottom here there's a lake. I can get it steady enough. Rather nice. Don't see any wildlife on it, but rather nice little touch. Yeah. Now this morning I thought I would go and have a look at that little chapel. There's some clouds in the sky. I suppose some of that might be as a result of the sun, because it's quite strong despite the fact that it's cold. Maybe it's lifting mist into cloud, I don't know. It's 6:30 in the morning. And look at the amount of traffic already. There's an industrial estate near here. So he's just turning in. There you go. It's not just a hotel. We went 10-pin bowling last night, 3 of us. That was fun. It wasn't bad. £6 for 2 games. And they had all the old automatic scoring and that, but my word, it suffered from the hands of people like us. You'd think the ball is going straight, then all of a sudden it will veer off and go in the gutter. So the next time you send the ball down, you think, right, I'll account for that. So off you go, you send the ball down, waiting for it to turn, and it goes straight in the other gutter. Anyway, it was fun, but they got a proper full-size dodgem thing there. Quite interesting. Anyway, I'm going to turn this off for now because this road is dangerous, but I want to get across it. So back in a mo. Now, sorry about the noise in the background, but you know, I was talking yesterday morning, I said, oh, it looks like there's an old chapel over there. Well, excuse me, I've just been and had a quick look. There's a nameplate on the window, on the wall, and funny enough it says the old chapel. So there you go. It looks like it's a private dwelling now, so I don't want to get any closer. And then just along there, and I'm not going to walk there either because I don't want to upset people. There's some old farm cottages. It looks like it's a working farm too. Well, that satisfied my curiosity. This bit here must have been part of the old A30 at some time, which they've removed when they built the dual carriageway. Look, there it goes. The noise is, well, apologies to anybody. I know people with tinnitus, noise of traffic and that hurts their ears. So I will do my best to turn the volume down when I edit this, but we're a bit away from it in the hotel. Don't hear it too much inside the building, but you certainly see it when you come outside. And even at 6:30 in the morning, there's double-decker buses going past with "not in service" written on them. One just said Duchy College, so that's got to be to do with the Duke of Cornwall, I'm guessing, and the college that he owns or what have you. Well, there's a sign there. It says deer. I'm beginning to enjoy myself now I'm getting older. Perhaps it's because you can get away with things that you couldn't. I don't know. Anyway, that's my little walk for this morning. But I'm going to try and get closer to one of them sheep. I'm sure if I get close enough, it might let me just give it a little stroke. We'll see. Just while I'm walking up here, I can't remember if I explained. You know, I said we have this Cornish motto, by Tripollan pen shall you know all Cornish men. Well, there are similarities obviously between Cornish and Welsh and Breton, stemming back from the days when the ancient Britons, if you like to call them that, they got driven out by the Romans. A good many of them settled in what we now know as Brittany in France, hence the language Breton. But some of them settled here in Cornwall. The Romans never really bothered with them. Some settled in Wales, and some gravitated from Brittany back into Cornwall and Wales. And of course, they all speak the Gaelic language. And probably is why the French decided to call Wales Pays de Galles. Nothing to do with Charles de Gaulle. But anyway, oh look, we've got the lambs sheltering under. I don't know why they're sheltering. There's only sun. Otherwise, it's freezing cold out here. Silly things, aren't they, sheep? But anyway, tree means settlement. Pol means pond or waterway, as far as I understand. And pen, there's a hill or a small mountain. And you do certainly find the those things in place names and some people's names in both Cornwall and Wales. Or should I try and say I'm in Cornwall, where Jethro comes from. That was rather nice yesterday. I had to spare a thought as we were going near St Austell, because a man for whom I have a great respect, Harry Billinge, his funeral was yesterday. And then I used to love Jethro, the comedian, in his early days before he got too filthy. And he was born in St Berrien, so I'm told, and we passed the signpost to St Berrien yesterday. So yeah, a little bit of emotion there, to be honest. But it was nice and ironic that I should be so close to Harry's funeral. All the work that he did to try and raise money for a permanent memorial for the guys he always said were the real heroes. I should never forget the words he said on that red sofa on BBC. Sorry, a little bit emotional there. I was lucky I came home. You know, the world's leaders could learn such a lot from people like him. And what do? They get hissy fits. And everybody gets involved and suffers for it, except the ones that have the hissy fits. Why can't they just put world leaders in a boxing ring and say, look, fight it out amongst yourselves and let us know who wins? Save the bloodshed. Anyway, don't get me started on that. I might not even put this out. But sometimes, you know, sometimes it's good just to let it all out. The air is clean, the air is fresh. The birds are singing in the trees. And today I'm going to jail. They put me in Bodmain Jail this morning for a couple of hours. Luckily they're letting me out afterwards, and I'm going to have a trip on the Bodmin and Wenford Railway, which will be rather nice, where I hope to have the time, oh I just heard a peasant, to quote from John Betjeman when we get to Boscarn Junction, because that's physically the closest I can get to Wadebridge. There's no station at Wadebridge anymore. The rails left there many years ago, but I am so close. I can't come to Cornwall without recording a small quotation from John Betjeman, so watch this space. And I think that's my walk done for the morning. All looking rather happy to be going to jail. And then we see the inside walls. A model of the jail. Let's just hang around here for a bit. And down you go. One of those certainly opens. But which one? One of the original cells in Bodmin Jail. Very dark in here. This is part of the original Bodmin Jail. First jail in the country to have individual cells. And it's quite something. And here is Troy as prison governor.
Phone now, yeah?
What a time for someone to phone.
Oh, that's a good one, yeah, that's good, isn't it, eh? I look like prison governor now, don't I? Yeah. Fair official, you're all sentenced to the death penalty, I'm afraid.
That's it.
Okay.
Well, if you're a prison governor, who's going to drive us back?
You tried to run off with the money.
There you venture into the dark. You may glimpse them in a mirror, howling for release. Pretty as a picture, Selina Woods in a white wedding dress. God bless her broken neck. Selina murdered her child, was hanged, and now haunts these very spaces. You may kiss the bride. Do you feel the cold in their lifeless sorrow as they try to make contact? Within these very walls at Bodmin Jail, apparitions have risen, and visitors have felt and seen their presence. Shadows roam, and whispers fill these rooms. Be still. These spirits are among you. William and James Lightfoot want to be your friends. Come closer. They had many that came to see them die.
5'6", 5'7".
They don't like to let on what they're up to. Might upset the condemned. But they're common souls and they have a job to do.
Not much fat on it.
Yeah, but she might be in that too.
Maybe 8 stone at a push.
Executioners take pride in their work. Get their sons right, and it's a mercifully quick death. Get them wrong, and it's a slow strangulation or a brutal decapitation.
Think we've got a measure of it.
Let's leave the poor soul be.
Now they're off to prepare a made-to-measure gallows for you lot. Time to enjoy your last night on earth. Next morning, 5 minutes before 8. Time is up for the condemned.
It's your appointed time, lass.
No. I beg of you, let me tarry.
Calm yourself. Accept the judgment of the court.
Escorting the condemned on their journey to eternity are the Under Sheriff of Cornwall, the Mayor of Bodmin, and the prison governor. The prison doctors present to prevent undue suffering, and the prison chaplain intends to the condemned's immortal song with the Litany of the Dying.
From the pains of hell, deliver her, O Lord. From all evil, deliver her, O Lord. From the power of the devil, deliver her, O Lord.
I do hope your drop wasn't too much of a shock, but you'll forgive an old warder a bit of gallows humour, I'm sure. No one's been hung in Britain since 1964, so you're free to go.
Thank you.
Building. Somehow the sun doesn't really help the image here. Yeah. It's Troy. We put him in the stocks for being a lousy prison governor.
Well, we're now looking at the main part of Bodmin Jail, which has been converted to a hotel. I don't know how much it costs to stay there, but I was listening to a couple of people talking and they wouldn't quote a price, which reminded me of my dad's old advice: if they don't tell you a price you can't afford it, don't bother asking anymore. So we know it's going to be a 3-figure sum every night. I guess those must be original accommodations for the jailers and that. It's certainly a very grand and imposing building, and was certainly well worth a visit.
And off we go to Bodmin General Station.
Well, we're at Bodmin General Station. The second platform we'll have a look at later, that's been built now. We're in the middle carriage, but this is interesting that they've got an auto coach as part of the train consist. A lovely station building there which doubles as a concourse with a cafe. Shop. Very nice indeed. And down there is what appears to be a sumper. Take a look down here. Or is it? No, perhaps it's not. It's a bit confusing. Have a closer look at that when we go out. Come on, come back to me. There we go. And the signal box at the end of the platform. That's it. Signalman is ready to hand his single line token to the driver. And I'll just go down and have a quick look at the loco. Probably wait till it gets to past Bodmin Parkway. Welcome to what is now Bodmin Parkway. It used to be Bodmin General. Or say Bodmin General, silly boy. Bodmin Road. Signal box is on the other platform, so the signalman just got the token. He's now going to have to put it in the machine, get the other token out, ready to hand back to, at least I assume that's what he's doing, ready to hand back to the train driver for the journey back to Bodmin General. I might as well come this way and watch the engine run round its train. Yeah, Paddington train went.
May I have your attention, please? Please note, to ensure a timely departure, train doors will be locked shut up to 40 seconds before departure. Thank you.
You're welcome.
May I have your attention, please? Customers are reminded to mind the gap between the train and platform edge when boarding.
The next train due here is going to Cardiff. The next train due on the other platform is going to Penzance. And our train has an auto trailer. This is the auto coach at this end.
It would seem that the main line signalling is now done from Paddington Rail Operations Centre. As there are no signals on the Bodmin and Wenford at this end, I will assume we're working in single line staff. Now the difference between the staff and the token is the staff has the key to operate the points, and in a moment you will see when the points have been operated and locked, the single line staff will be handed back to the train driver for permission to go back to Bodmin.
War Department loco. Now I wonder it didn't look like anything we'd ever seen. That's it, don't forget the lock.
And here you see the staff being handed back to the driver. Without it, he cannot leave for Bodmin.
Here he comes. He's having a blow off at the other end, so he's obviously got too much on the fire. And once he gets that pressure down again, he'll be alright. There he goes. Bodmain Junction. Point where the freight line to Wenford Bridge used to leave here. I'm not sure if I can get there, but here we are. This is the camel trail.
Yeah.
But there was a railway line that went up to the left, because that's what they call the camel trail.
Right.
And that went up to Wenford Bridge.
And there is the line. You see it disappearing to the left. Up to Wenford Bridge to the Clay Rise. Closed many years ago, now used as a cycle trail.
Oh, right. Great Western. Oh, right. There's no plans to go that way over there. Oh, right. How many miles is that way then?
Now they're all going to come rushing down here to see the engine run round its train, and I'm going to go up to the far end. Somewhere that way is Wade Bridge, and that's just before the old railway station is where this line hopes to extend in years to come, and where John Betjeman stood on the platform one day after the service had finished and recited part of his famous poem, Summoned by Bell.
Yeah.
I can't get to Wadebridge Station, this is the closest I can get. So, tea time shows the small fields waiting, every hawthorn hedge straining inland before the southwest gales. Can it really be that this same carriage came from Waterloo? On Wadebridge Station, what a breath of sea scented the Camel Valley. Cornish air, soft Cornish rains, and silence after steam. Can't get much better epitaph to the Southern's withered arm than that, can you? Not that I can read it as eloquently as he did, but there you go. One day we might be able to travel further down that way, and maybe I'll come back and do it again then. In the meantime, the loco's rejoining its train at the other end, and it'll be soon time for us to disappear back to Bodmain and down to Bodmin. A nice trip round. Everybody's hanging around watching them couple up. So there we are, Bodmain Junction.
Even though you know where we're going, but we don't know where we're going, because I don't know where it is.
You don't even know yourself.
Because I've never been there myself, so it's a mystery tour, isn't it? I bet you like mystery tours, don't you? Oh, I do as well.
On the train.
I love mystery tours.
And on the coach. Yeah, and then you used to do the train ones, didn't they? You used to pay your money and then you didn't know where you
So
were
we're going to go a
going.
slightly different way back. It's going to be about, I reckon, about an hour's journey back, where the other way's only about 25 minutes, but we're not in a hurry. We will still be back about 4:30ish, so 2 hours before dinner, so it'll be alright, won't it? That's right. And then just sit back and relax for a little while, I should. That's what I'm doing now.
It's quite murky now. Oh, sorry.
Did we not stop for you? Sorry.
Hard luck, mate.
We are rather bigger than your little car.
Oh, it's a coach.
Bodmin Community College.
I thought Bod was a children's TV
Well, there's certainly
series.
some life around here now, isn't there? It was dead earlier, wasn't it?
All woken up.
You know why all the school kids have come out of school now, that's why, isn't it, eh?
Main square.
It's that time of day, I'm afraid.
Look at that on the wall, but see the poppies painted on the wall.
Yeah, nice tulips, aren't they? Yeah, it's like on my left hand side here. Nice little red car on my right hand side. Good old German car there, a Porsche. Love a Porsche. Never got the money to get one though.
With an accountant, so she's often can afford it.
I'm on the wrong side for this. Try and get the church in.
It's still a roundabout, isn't it? We don't want to take the side of the coach off.
Too impatient, isn't it?
You know, I'm not going to be able to do it, you know. I wanted to take us on the runway.
Crossing the runway now.
I can't take you on the runway now. I wanted to go down there with a coach, but I can't. It's too big of a drop, isn't it? Oh dear. That's a shame, isn't it?
I'm guessing this was RAF Otterham.
Davidstow, it says Davidstow.
Was it Davidstow? One of the two.
Davidstow.
No, it's too big of a drop to get down, you see. When I looked on Google Maps, it looked like it was all level. It says danger, aircraft landed and taken off, but the aircraft hasn't landed here for years, has it? By the looks of it. It's a nice ride through here, though, isn't it? Eh? Still interesting. Riding along an old runway, eh? It's just all the aeroplanes over on my right hand side, look. You've got sheep crossing the road here. There's the big reservoir to my right hand side, you see. Some old military bunkers here on my left as well. Oh look, a pony foal just one straight across the road. Let's pull over here for a minute, 'cause we've got a vehicle that wants to get past me and there's a bit of a hurry. Oh, this is nice, isn't it? It's quite a nice setting here, isn't it, eh? Yeah, it's nice. There's baby foals up there on the left hand side as well. You're all enjoying this, aren't you, today? That's it, get your cameras out, folks, and take some nice photos. You can see where they used to store the aircraft on my right hand side. They've got little turning circles, haven't they? Let's see, I can hear the cameras going. See some of the tool points there, some of the tools over there on my right hand side. Are you all taking your photos?
Mm-hmm.
All done with your photos? Okay. I say that and John just takes photos on pulling away. There's the horses and poles. It's nice here, isn't it? It's right, Bodmin Moor this is. It's nice, isn't it? That's a mummy there, look. Oh, aren't they nice? God, he didn't get me happy looking at that car either. Loads of foals over to my right, look. Loads of them there. Oh, we're only 15 minutes away from the hotel. We're not far at all, are we? Oh, what's this laying on the ground here? Something's playing about, look. Oh, is he picking it up? Come on. Looks like on my right hand side you've got the brick wall there. Looks like they're old military buildings, aren't they, on the right now? Oh, a big piece of plastic that just blown across the countryside. That's bad, isn't it? That's why I come the long way round. See, I want you to take you past the old airport. The old RAF Davidstow.
Davidstow.